EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston, Texas, and NRG Stadium. So good to have you on board with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here. Greg, you look at the marquee, and it's a lot of offensive stars here. I'm looking at the other side. Defenses better show up here if you want to walk out with a win.
Yeah, I think the burden, of course, lies on the players, particularly the players in the secondaries of both of these teams. They're going to have moments where they've got to win one-on-one, as you said, against some of the top offensive skill players in the league. But I also feel like there's a lot on the shoulders of this defensive coordinator. Can you change up coverages, change up looks, make it difficult pre- and post-snap, not only on these wide receivers and skill players, but also on the guy with the ball in his hand, calling the shots, playing quarterback.
And he will get first down short, shy of the 20-yard line. Play clock down to 0. That is not the way to start a drive. Play clock has expired. We're not going to get this one off on time. We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. We are about set for kickoff. Greg, talking to the coaches all week. We're so curious to see what's going to play out here at the start of this one.
And ideally, I think each of these teams is thinking, okay, we think this is how the game's going to unfold. This is our plan. This is how we're going to go attack. And if that's the case, great. But very rarely does that happen, Mike. So it's really the team that makes the best adjustments in real time, in between possessions, in between snaps. The team that adjusts the fastest and the most efficiently, they're the ones that come the end of the game, they tend to have the advantage.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's McCaffrey. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Lions.
That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
A gain of 21 yards.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
Hill with to throw. Rolling right. He keeps it himself. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. And another first down. And another big gainer. This time 23 yards.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive going. Defenses always have to make a decision, like how do they want to defend the zone read? Some teams want the quarterback to keep the ball. They want the ability to tackle the quarterback. Other teams, they want it to be a give read, and that's what we saw here. They were ready for it, and they'll take the running back down for it.
And he's all the way down to the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
They get 22 yards there. Good for a Lions first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. On the move left. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally let him go. Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down.
3rd and long.
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Dan Campbell will opt to bring out the field goal unit. No issues there. This one is good.
Makes the score.
The Lions are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
They're on 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it with the Boston College loser, A.J. Dillon. Strong first down run. A pickup of 9. Setting up 2nd and short. Now Stroud. Into traffic, but taken in. He'll be brought down just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 19 in the air. First down Forced to his right. He runs with it. He'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
On second down, Stroud flush to his right. But the man is Marvin Harrison Jr.
So I actually think this is one of those where he was a little bit too unselfish. He's trying to fit that ball in a tight window and maintain his ability as a passer. And I think if he turns himself into a runner and activates his legs, he probably picks up that first down if he calls his own number.
From the gun, here's Stroud. He gets this complete to Mitchell. And he's into the end zone. And Mitchell. Touchdown, Houston. Jason Sanders on for the point after. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend the return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Now this looks like a design run. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and first down.
First and 10 at the
And the big back, A.J. Dillon. None of it was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
It's a gain of 27
Good
yards.
for 27 and a first down.
Lions.
Ball down to the 16-yard line.
First and 10.
And
at
it's
the
first and 10.
16-yard line.
In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. He'll take off again. And he'll be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple.
He's in bounds at the 13-yard line.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second reads, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially
Touchdown, Lions.
Detroit.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Now the try for an extra point. He's got it. And the Lions are on top. It's now 10-7.
Lions 10.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. It's the Lions who have the early lead. More from Houston coming up in a moment. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken just shy of the goal line. And they'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Stroud to throw here on first and 10. On the run to the right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. This will be marked down around the 33.
and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On first down, it's Stroud. Forced out wide, and he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll try again here, second and 10.
All right. 18. What's that? Why Tony? Hey, uno more.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Gonna air this one out. Able to get his head around. Intercepted. And the offense is going to be on the side with a short field and a chance to extend that lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become one, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
That'll be caught left side. It's Carter. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's a designed run. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
These are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 3. Zone read as a give to Dillon. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down.
Of a yard. And it's third down.
Trying to run for it. And they bring him down at the 23, but that will do just fine. Move the chain. First down picked up. 2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Bring it on. Back from Houston. In a moment. We'll try the zone read on first and 10. Probably should have given that one back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play. Second
Now,
and 10.
faking the give.
The 23-yard line.
Is intercepted. Greg Newsome. And the Texans are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Exiting the pocket right. The ball comes out. Unfortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands.
The offense retains possession.
Second down, they need 7. Stroud to throw. Out to his right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down. Going to set up the throw. Now a deep ball from Mitchell. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. And Mitchell, the intended target.
Riley Moss there.
And it's going to bring up fourth down. The Texans getting all set to punt, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down.
33-yard line.
This looks like a design run. And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. Second down coming up.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now this time, he'll set up to throw. As he throws and is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
Because it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Moving to his right. That one too far out in front. And incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Escaping the pressure right. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the Lions first down.
It's a gain of
They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. The Lions call their first timeouts as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. They'll run out of the gun with Dillon. And he's able to push his way forward to gain about 2. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
Back to Dillon. And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back and they get him down for no gain.
the line of scrimmage.
Now Detroit's going to use their second timeout. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock.
19 tight.
On third down, he'll set up to throw. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. Now they'll set up to throw. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. They get the conversion with a gain of 22.
That's good.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. That is good job to keep the play alive. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Detroit.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
The kicking team off for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions will get out in front 17-7.
Texans 7.
Final 9 seconds of this half, and the kick is away. And he's got it at the wall. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
lurk hot. Hey, uno more. 19 Texas.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be picked by Jalen Ramsey. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So we reached the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports.
Under. 19.
They'll start this drive with a run, and it's Golden. He's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Texans first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. He's going to keep it himself. Good decision to take off. And get 15 yards and a first down.
A gain of 15
They got to
yards.
do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
First and 10. Here's Dillon. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The tackle made back at his own 49.
Lurk hot. Hey, uno more. 19 Texas.
On 2nd down throw for Stroud. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35.
It's a gain of 16
Just
yards.
his first catch. They have
That's
held him
another
in check so
Texans
far. But
first
that
down.
one gives him a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Why, Tony? At 18. What's that? Hey, South. Hey, uno. Buggy. 11. Lurk hot.
To throw, it's Stroud. Moving outside the pocket. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Speed left. Hey, uno more. 19 Texas.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. Good job. Look there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up
A
third down.
and 10 yards
They
to
got
go.
there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. He's got his man. It's Harrison. He is out of bounds down at the 21.
A gain of 15
His
yards.
second catch of the drive.
And
This
the
one
Texans
good for 15
first down.
and a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Handoff to Dillon. He's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. So not quite first and goal. It's first and 10. They're pretty close.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Back to throw. Holding right. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Here we go. 18. White. It's out. Hey, uno.
To throw is Stroud. Forced to his right. He'll tuck it and take off.
Just getting anything scrambled, I think, is a positive. It looked like he might have to throw it away early. Instead, he pulls it down. He winds up picking up a yard.
Hey, 11. Look the high. Look. Hey, uno more. 19 Texans.
Here's Stroud. And they will get another chance. They cover it up after very nearly squandering a great scoring opportunity. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth downs looming. Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Sanders is good. And the Texans are back within a score. It's now 17-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Johnson now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield.
At their own 49-yard line.
Okay, ready? The 3 tight ends here on first and 10.
Let's go.
Here is Dillon. And they'll take this down. 35. They'll gain 17 on that one. Very quick first down.
And the Lions first down.
He'll drop to throw. That's caught. A.J. Dillon. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
It's a gain of 21
Wow,
yards.
they are moving the ball to start this
That's
drive.
another
21 on that play. Space getting tight here. Down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. Rush to his right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
Really nice coverage there defensively. And here you find yourself in a one-score game. Like, he understands the value of protecting the ball. Really smart decision. Throw it away. Snap it again.
Now he's just going to flip this forward.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often. And it just seems like time and time again.
And that is in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Lions.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
go. Two jet. 18. Hey, south. Be ready.
From the gun, here's Stroud. He's going to be taken down in a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this third quarter.
It's 2nd and 21.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Here we go. 18.
Throwing is Stroud. That's caught. It's Mitchell. Down the right sideline. And that changes things. Out of bounds inside the 40.
It's a
Big play after being backed up. 55 yards on the game.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36.
Oh, 18. Nike Texas. Look the hot. 11. White Tony. Good.
Now Stroud. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Lions' 29-yard line.
Nike Texas.
On 2nd down, Stroud. Fingers out wide to Dillon. And we'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough
Gain of 6.
for a first down.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Hey, Uno Mars. Huggy.
Here's Stroud. Will be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that
Makes
time.
it 2nd and 10
It'll
at
bring
the
up 2nd
23-yard
down.
line.
What 18?
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball is out. The Lions have got it.
You know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And, of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
On the run to the right. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it.
At some point, you just have to know when the party's over. You just have to cut your losses. I think in this case, he's just trying to do a little bit too much, make something out of nothing, and he ends up being taken back for a pretty big loss.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Headed left, behind Tom. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 33.
3rd and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Going up top. He's got it. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
A gain of
It is a
36
big play
yards.
there for the Lions.
That's another
36 yards.
Lions.
Simply put, you just have to be more disciplined along the back end, Mike, especially when you're playing against a quarterback like this. I mean, his ability to identify mismatches so quickly and then target them with the ball, you've got to take away from space, change up your looks, and as a result, first-year red zone defense.
4-yard loss on the play.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just setting out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance. Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn it to a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up third down.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. They're going to
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to USAA Stadium. USAA, an official salute-to-service partner of Madden and the NFL. Glad to have you all with us for another dose of NFL action. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt here in the booth for you. And Brock, if the build-up to kickoff has been any indication this week, man, we're in store for a good one.
Yeah, we never have an NFL game without the two sides doing a little jawing in the days leading up to it. It's the game before the game, right? Any edge that you could create, but now, well, now's the time to kick it off, where you actually take care of business on the field, and you know that both sides are ready to go.
We're through the warm-ups. Both teams are ready. And another Madden Ultimate Team contest is underway. They hit a long field ahead, Brock. They give it to him early, and they laid a big hit on it. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Or. Let him. Let the hot. Hey.
Straight to the air to start us off. He doesn't hold it out there. He'll drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
A 10-yard loss on the play. It's 2nd.
Offense to the line fast. Stroud. Lobs this deep down the middle. His first throw is an interception. And the Seahawks are off to a great start defensively. They force a turnover on the opening possession.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. Wouldn't make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Allen taken right to the air. Hits him on the edge. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. I'll tell you what, these tight ends...
No touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Texans will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. Texans to the line. 1st and 10.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll run it. This is A.J. Dillon. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. Made it 6 on the play, bring up 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
To the air, Stroud. Doesn't hold it out there, and he'll drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
It's 3rd down.
Let the hot. Here we go. 18. Let's go.
Third and long for him here. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks take over inside the 35 after the interception and a spirited return.
This is such the back-and-forth nature of this game that we all love. Defense is just infused with confidence. Back-to-back possessions, taking it away, and offensively, well, you just feel like you're killing your team right now.
And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. And they need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack. Play action now with Allen. Bails out of the pocket quick. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. And the Texans take over just shy of the 40.
You know what? If you had another interception, you know what it might be time to do, Kate? Just run it back. Run it.
First and 10. At their own 39-yard line.
Stroud throwing here on first. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Right there, Kate. That's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. Don't see a throw you like. It's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the first. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Stroud looking to throw, 3rd and 2. Skips it short his man, and that brings up 4th down.
You and I know, Kate, it's on average about 60 to 65 plays a game, somewhere between 10 and 12 third downs. And what you don't want to do is start 0 for 2 in that call.
They're going to go for this. It's Stroud. Flushed out of the pocket. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, the pressure never got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Buying some time left. On the run, deep down the line. He's got it inside the 10. And he is finally sent out of bounds, but not until he gets it all the way down to the red zone.
That's good for a Seahawks. First down.
Here's McCaffrey. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Seahawks go up 6-0 here in the first. Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
7. Texans nothing.
The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Return starts at the 3. He lost the football, and they steal it back on the return. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. First call here coming from the shotgun. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He rolls to his right. Little off center, his man just couldn't adjust to it. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face 2nd down. Looking from the gun, it's Allen. Pass it out close. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks take a 13-0 lead. So Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Texans nothing.
kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Johnson with a return here. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Now it's Stroud. Escapes the pocket. This throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down. Throwing is Stroud. Falls to the ground now, left incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Makes the grab and bounds left side. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe block as he's sent out.
It's a gain of
The
17
big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
Under. 18.
So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Our score, 14-0. More Madden Ultimate Team action coming up on EA Sports. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Here's Stroud again. Past the 40. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Houston.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. So not like what he was seeing, Johnson. He's just going to hold this one away.
I gotta believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and got the better and making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Stroud to throw again on 2nd. That's McKinnon. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Looking quickly here.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Texans.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Doesn't hold it up. They're able to drop it. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. And he's up 2nd down.
A loss of 3 yards. It's 2nd down.
Working quickly here. From the gun, Stroud. Again, he's under pressure. He goes down. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Throwing deep towards the end zone. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. I love the courage they had to try it. It's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it.
18.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Welcome, everybody, to the booth. I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard for this game. And Brock, as a former quarterback, I know your focus is on the offensive side of the ball ahead of this kickoff.
Yeah, these two offenses are so fun to watch because the best offenses in this league, Kate, are about trust. And it just pops out. When you study them during the week on the game film, you just see it. They trust one another. That's head coach, that's coordinator, that's play caller, that's to the quarterback, and then certainly the 11 on the field. Both these groups are getting it done.
Personnel is out. Everyone's ready to get this one going. And we're off and running from Houston. He's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is first and 10. Begin to drive to Dillon. I'll say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing them a loss. First play of the game. The Packers take their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left from the spin. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Complete out to the right. How about this for thinking 11 on second down. Nice work to toss them back. They make it third and short.
Brings up third and less than a yard.
Shotgun now for Stroud. That one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing fourth down. Possibly an early indicator of where they're going to want to go when they want important yards, Brock. Didn't need that much on third down, but they chose to throw for it instead of run it.
Yeah, one of the things about that down and distance is you typically get man-to-man coverage. So I don't mind that call, being aggressive. You got to find a way to execute.
And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
Green Bay offense to the line now. First and 10.
Ready? Track him, 60.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. He's close for an interception. And the Texans take possession of the football.
Texans take over
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Here's Stroud. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be a yard shy of the first as they force him out for the gain of 9.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That one intended for Adonai Mitchell. But still plenty of options left on third and short. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards or reset the downs. Stroud now, third and 1. Running forward, but great defensive play. Jarrett loose, incomplete. That one intended for Adonai Mitchell. And that leaves them with a decision to make on fourth and short. Loses yards.
Their own 26-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. First and 10. Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. Forced out to his right. Chucks this one deep. He's got it deep downfield. And they got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's set out. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Back to pass on first and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No look on his first look of the game. And now it's second down. Pass play now. Going to the back of the end zone. He will have a Green Bay touchdown. Returning it from the 4. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. To the air, Stroud. Hits him on the air. And they're going to force him out chest before he can get to the 35. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Stroud. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
41, incomplete. It leads to second and 10.
Looking to throw, Stroud. Look at that power, deep left side. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
I like that right there, Kate. Early in this game, show your cards. Double this guy. They know his ability, his reputation makes somebody else beat you.
Going on third down, Stroud. It's caught by Harrison. He will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it.
It's a gain of 11. And the Texans first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
First down throw by Stroud. That's what Harrison got. And they get this down to the 44 before he stops. They gain 11 on that play. And it'll be first down Houston. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing again. It's Stroud. Harrison secures this left side. This play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. Coming to the line for another first and 10.
That's another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Again, Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Incomplete from the
That's a
contact.
pretty cool look right there.
Brings
The
up
kind of
second
coverage you're
and
going to
10.
see when you play man-to-man. On that down and distance, you've got to be sharp on the outside. That DB certainly was.
Back to the air they go on second. Stroud. Taken in by Mitchell, right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's an Adnan Mitchell touchdown.
Jason Sanders for the extra point.
Extra point is good by Sanders. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return starts from the goal line. And that was a disaster of a run back. They're going to start at their own goal line.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting to normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to keep yourself out of this way.
He's escorted out of bounds, but not before driving them up near the 25. And you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It's his running back. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And it'll give the Packers the first.
38 yards on the play. And
Throwing from the gun.
first down.
Going deep here for the end zone.
but he makes himself a priority for this defense to defend, and they jumped on that opportunity.
Stroud throwing here on first. Yeah, for a moment, but great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
And incomplete.
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. But if that defense is flying around and making a play.
And he's out of bounds with a big gain on the final play of the first. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll be right back with more Madden Ultimate Team after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They've got a first to begin the frame. Now it's Stroud. Complete. He's going to bring this down to their 35. It's 21 yards on the play. And it'll be a first down, Texans. Offense up to the line fast.
And the Texans first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Stroud again. Goes to the hurry up here.
A big loss on the play. Brings up second down.
Back to throw. Stroud. Puts him there under it, deep down the left. Intercepted on the goal line. And the Packers are stopped a little beyond the 10-yard line on the return.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back. Because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw. Even more so, picked it up.
Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that play. That brings up second down.
Daxton Hill on the cover.
Dropping back to throw. Quick slant taken in by Pittman. And they're not going to bring him down until he reaches, looks like the 28. So new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
That's good for a Packers first down.
On the toss, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped after a 3-yard pickup on first down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
That's run down 3. Here's second and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
From the gun, McCaffrey. Rolling into enemy territory. And out of bounds he goes on that big pickup. They're inside the red zone now. Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10.
A 51-yard gain.
From the red zone now. And they'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Now they'll try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Texans 7.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Good work so far. He's got a room. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35.
34-yard line.
So they'll head up here, first and 10 from the 34.
Here we go.
Back to work after throwing the pick. That's him on a quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Brings up second and 5 at the 40-yard line.
So second and 5 on deck as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from NRG Stadium in just a moment. Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Stroud. He's got some man under this one, deep down the middle. This is inside the 15. Here we go, a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. He was the artist behind it. Laid it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
19 Texas.
First down, Stroud. That play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say it at the 5-yard line.
Dave, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the Nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Let's try the left side with Dillon. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Texans earn the chance to tie it before halftime. A.J. Dillon, the touchdown. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFLs on your ass in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those forces before they find pay dirt.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, this is McCaffrey. Showing a little burst so far. He's racing past midfield. And he gets that one out of bounds in a great spot, just short of the opposing 30. New set of downs for him from the 31. Trying to throw this from the gun. Buying some time right. And almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner. As he continues making risky decisions with the football. Back to the air they go on second down. Completed over the middle. He's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9 as it brings up third and short. He's going to throw this one. And he'll get them enough for a first down. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it second. He'll come up on first and 10.
First and 10 at the
Red zone on first. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take the lead just before halftime. They'll set up here for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Packers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Texans 14.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Returning it from the 4. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime.
Here we go. 19. What's up? Look the hot. 11. Why Tony? Hey, Uno Mars.
Trying to throw on first down. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. A big 34-yard pickup there. And it'll be first down, Houston.
You know, Kit, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one. So it'll be second down.
It's now second and 10.
What's up? Hey, Uno. Buggy. Look the hot. 11.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. 9 yards. first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line. Now with 2 seconds left, we get the expected timeout from this offense. They're in great shape to get 3 here entering the half. And this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Here we go. Let's go. Hey, Uno Mars. Hey, south. Nike Texas. Hey, Uno. Buggy.
One final shot before the half. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans cut it to just a point before halftime. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half. All tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. On the return, this is McCaffrey. Shoves him off. And he's out a little short of the 30.
They're on 29-yard line.
Packers getting set here. First and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Fits it through the middle. Hits the 20. It goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take the lead right away in half number 2. Now the PAT try coming up. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Packers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Texans 21.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20.
20-yard line.
Texans to the line. First and 10.
Speed left. Tony.
Drive starts with a run by Dillon. And finally they get to him and send him out as this gets all the way into enemy territory.
A gain of 41
Down inside
yards
the
on
40 now with a first down
And
following
the
that last play.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard
To
line.
the air, Stroud. Finds his fullback. He's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Yards on the play. That's another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Hey, Uno. Buggy. Hey, south.
Here's Stroud on first and 10. And the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the
Second
pressure
down and 10.
earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Hey, team.
It's Dillon here on second down. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pick up, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
Is taken down at the
Offense in the hurry up here.
17-yard line. That's a gain of 8. Brings up third and 2.
Tony. Hey, Uno Mars. Hey.
Stroud looking to throw. Third and 2. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
It's fourth
Hey,
down.
that's not an easy thing to do, Cade. Not against quarterbacks and the red zone offenses in this league, but what a tremendous effort to not only get the stop, but to end it with gusto and a sack.
This offense is not leaving the field. On 4th and 8, they're going for it.
Speed left. Hey, team. Hey, Uno. Buggy.
Looking to throw. That's cut beyond the marker. And he goes for the Houston touchdown. The Texans start the second half as a lead at tie ball game now as they send this away. On the return, this is McCaffrey. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. Almost for another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner. As he continues making risky decisions with the football. Throwing again on 2nd. He's going to try another deep one here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Michael Pittman Jr. So they left facing 3rd and long.
And 10 yards to go.
Throw here, 3rd down. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Intended for number 12.
As a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
Incomplete. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. Fights his way through a tackle. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup at 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Going to run again with McCaffrey. That's a tackle. He's still going. This is going to be down to about the opposing 36 for their next snap. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
6-yard line.
Back to throw. Hits him on the out route. This is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, and right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Nice game outside. They get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
1st and 10.
The 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's been a thrilling game, an absolute barn burner that is shockingly still tied as we get set for the 4th. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to be caught on his back. McCaffrey. Ooh, this is a disaster on 1st down block. He's sent out well behind the line of scrimmage.
He's taken out of
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Putting a receiver in motion. Still sticking with the passing game. Throw right side finds Pittman. He sure does fight and block, but in the end, just too many defenders. They take him down behind the line. This is a tough spot to be in. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Outside, this is a big cut. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Brought in. And the defense escapes. And a nice drive going. But the defense gets off the field by forcing that turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost him the possession.
Looking out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Harrison Jr.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
From the gun, Stroud. He's going to push one deep down the right. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Mitchell, incomplete.
good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on third. He'll throw it. Has him on a quick hitter. And stop will be made as he gets this up to about the 18. Offense in the hurry up here.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
First down, Stroud. Offensive line fast.
It's a loss of 3. Brings up second and 13 at the 14-yard line.
Shotgun now for Stroud. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. Shot sends him to the ground.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of 10 makes it 3rd and 3.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Texans don't want to see this one go to overtime. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Going for the first, it's Dillon. Still has some space over near midfield. And out of bounds he goes on that big pickup. They're inside the red zone now. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone.
At the 17-yard line.
He'll look to throw it. He's taken down. And their 4th sack of the game right there brings up
It's
2nd
a loss
down.
of 8. Brings up 2nd and 18 at the Packers' 25-yard line.
Here we go. 19 Texas. 19. What's up? Why Tony? South. Good.
Here he is to throw. That's where right as he throws, and it falls to the ground.
Intended for number
And this is
18.
why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
To throw. Caught at the 10-yard line. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
It's
You know,
a
they
gain
call
of
that the
21
money down
yards.
for a reason. Because you're
That's
just simply
another
not going to last long in the
Texans
NFL
first down.
if you don't convert a good
First
portion
and
of your
goal
3rd
at the
downs. It's a
4-yard
money down.
line.
And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Dillon has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Brought down at the
The
2-yard
Packers take their
line.
1st time out.
Pickup of 2.
Ball at the 2 here for
Brings up
2nd and goal.
and goal.
They go to him again. And they're going to jump up. They break the time to 1 minute. It's a touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win the ball game.
You can almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal. But you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Return starts from the goal line. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30.
First and 10.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level. They want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
Great defensive play to Jordan Lewis, incomplete.
On the contact.
The clock inside of 50 seconds now. 2nd and 10.
30-yard line.
Setting up to pass. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down. into the air here. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for two and the lead?
I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this two-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
I think the Packers got to that one. The refs agree. Packer football. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Nzabukwa. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They get 16 yards on that play. And it'll give the Packers the first. One play in Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Complete to the right side. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. And now they call the timeout. Oh, Brock, what a play to get him into range. And now they can win it all as time expires. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner. So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And it took everybody at the end. First to set up that field goal, and then for him to go out and win it with that accurate kick. It wasn't a dominating win by any means, partner, but a great show of resiliency to fight back and steal it away.